It's February 5th, 2022. Linda and Lou put on something called, there's a series or a franchise, I'm not sure which one, with Matt Damon in it called Jason Bourne. Of course, for me it has significance, because it's about the time that Benjamin arrived, Jason Bourne, to my side in this debauchery of situation. But this particular one is called Bourne Ultimatum. I found that interesting. There's a few references that parallel eerily similarly with real world, in what the streets of this particular station area and just outside has somehow developed into, which was not how it was originally, and whatever powers that be that are reshifting powers in really magnanimous ways, which is really biologically devastating to some of us who are caught in this web or net of invisible, what used to be like a health shield, which is now just feels like a net that something got caught in and somebody just ripped it open, which is not what I meant by rock, paper, scissors. I didn't want the fabric of time and space to be damaged even further by needless and countless years of wasted research on stuff that's already known, but to few who needed to act in a certain manner to maintain whatever efficacy, loyalty, prestige. I feel like now it's just become such a joke, the field of science and the whatever. It feels like everybody says they're a scientist or a doctor. It loses its panache. Doesn't make them more helpful by putting on certain labels. And what really frightens me is there was a cereal called Rice Krispies when I was growing up. It just disappeared off the shelves. I have no idea when, why. I mean, there might have been some form of announcement, but I wouldn't know where to look for it. I don't find the internet that helpful. And, like, even because somebody sticks a fact, I mean, it might be alright just as a reference tool, but it's not like an alert. I really feel like nothing in what's been built into the state of health for public health care for New York, nothing was built in to last in an integritous manner. It's just, I think, for show, like a false front of something more insidious. Just like a Band-Aid almost. It's not really impressive at all. It more feels like just entanglement. But in this Ultimatum movie, it's interesting the name choices that whoever's involved chose. It's David Webb. They chose a 4/15. That's tax day for taxidermists. They mentioned something about Nixon. I don't really know what went on with that. It's not like you get any real information in this area about past, present, or what people are expecting. There was something in a franchise I was integrated into called Morse Code, but even that got confusing. I think it was like a webinar or something, but I'm not involved with them anymore. Couldn't afford it. So that would be the 3 and the 90. I was saying the 90 chick. 90s chick. Feels like Project Desperation. Desposito. I heard that song by something called Daddy Yankee. I'm like, that's Jason's email. In like weird and creepy loop. Star 1978, Star 8378, Nicole Caruso. It's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken. Oh, and they referenced Daniel again. Daniel has 2 references that I'm aware of. One was 1993-94, where I entered a space with Daniel from study hall, and then I returned with Niklaus, or Nikki, from Arrow. And then, of course, the 2003. But that's like the Rudy football, Rudy. I hear they made a movie called Rudy that everybody, like all of the media, whatever, they're always like, oh, such a touching movie. Like, it's a football player that just never gave up. I'm like, I haven't seen it, but some woman just brought it up on one of the spots yesterday. I'm like, maybe I should watch that. There seems to be a thematic being thrown my way. What do you think about this? It was 93, 94. Where 91 something broke up in uber importance. But someone in the car ride back to Cold Spring Harbor from wherever we were before we let out at the bottom and walked up the driveway. Someone had something that they were working on. I have no recollection of where we were. But it's eerily similar to the Jason Bourne movies, where you have these like little flashbacks, and you know you were somewhere else really important, and you were working on something really important, and then you wind up in this situation with light really high outside the windows, your skin burning and peeling off. And I have signs on my leg of stippling where it looks like electrodes almost, like the burning of electricity on the skin. They're like red splotches. right where the hair follicle is, almost as if it burnt the hair follicle and then made a mark of some sort. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Caruso, and it's February 5th, 2022.